Ladies and gentlemen, I've always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. Late last month, I think it must have been around 29th or 30th of January 2024, Musalia Mudavadi attended some event in Bondo. But Musalia Mudavadi was really heckled by the residents of Bondo. But during his speech, there is something that Musalia Mudavadi said that caught the attention of keen political observers. I want you guys to pay very close attention to what Musalia Mudavadi said during that time and tell me if it's now making sense to you.
Kwanza, nataka muniangalie vizuri. Hivi karibuni, we shall be surprising you with some very important news and pleasant. I will not say any more. Nawachia hapo kwa sasa. But muniangalie vizuri kabisa. Si nimesema nikiwa hapa? Muniangalie vizuri. Nimesema kitu.
That's Musalia Mudavadi in January, towards the end. And of course, for those who follow the politics of this country very closely, early January, there were also news reports. I think it must have been reported by the Star, because smart people read the Star. In that article, the Star newspaper alleged that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga were both interested in the position of the chair of the African Union Commission. But William Ruto, as the President of the Republic of Kenya, preferred Raila Odinga over Uhuru Kenyatta. And because for one to become or to be appointed to that position, they must be fronted by the member state. The truth is, whoever the state wants is the one who can then contest for that position. And today, there's this story on the People Daily, and the story was also carried by the Daily Nation. Let me read for you what the paper is saying. Why Raila wants to take up the African Union job. Because in this video, I want to explain to you guys why Ruto is pushing for Raila Odinga to take up that appointment. This is what the paper is saying. Pressure is piling up on opposition leader Raila Odinga to take up the position of the chairperson of African Union Commission, as the current chair, Musa Faki Mahamat's term of office inches closer to an end. Highly placed sources have disclosed to the People Daily that there has been intense lobbying by people within President William Ruto's administration to convince Raila to offer himself for the AU office. So it means, according to this story, that it is William Ruto's team who are trying to persuade Raila Odinga to take the offer. It proceeds. A source from Raila's inner circles disclosed that President Ruto personally approached the ODM leader with the proposal and promised to rally the government support for his African Union office candidature should he accept the offer. You see, this is something where you just offer your candidature and you can win or you can lose. And it continues. Mahamat, who is a former Minister of Foreign Affairs, is set to leave office in March next year. So it means the position is going to fall vacant in March. The push from Ruto's administration to try and convince Raila Odinga to take the helm at the African Union office is being seen as a targeted to keep him busy away from the political arena where he's been a headache for Ruto. The truth is, and I think when the news that Ruto preferred Raila over Uhuru emerged, I did a comprehensive analysis and I explained that one of the main reasons why Ruto wanted this was he wants to keep Raila out of politics. Though likely to risk Raila's stature, the move, according to those privy to the president's thinking, will effectively mellow down the opposition chief, who will be required to adapt a diplomatic mean that is demanded of the continental job. So it means once Raila Odinga take up the role, he will have to de-escalate his political activities in the country. He cannot campaign for Kalonzo He cannot campaign for whoever. He will just be a diplomat. He will work with the government of the day. So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about that development. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, today is Valentine's Day. I've been invited to Casa Kiboko Bay, formerly Kiboko Bay in Dunga, for the big day. So in case you are in Kisumu, you can also join us there. Javan Maka Judo will be playing live for us. He has released a very nice song. So I'll be there. You can also be there. Couples are supposed to pay 5,000, and if you are single, 3,000. That will include drinks, it will include food, it will include every other thing which will be offered there. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Ruto is keen on Raila Odinga taking up the role as the chair of the African Union? Let me take you back a bit. What do you think are some of Raila Odinga's options as far as 2027 presidential elections are concerned? If you are Raila Odinga and you have these three options, which one would you pick? The first option is to support Kalonzo Musyoka. And by supporting Kalonzo Musyoka, you are not sure whether he's going to win or lose. But let's assume he wins. The second option is to support William Ruto. Have an arrangement like kind of a handshake or something like that with William Ruto. That's the second option. Then you can get whatever you want in government, blah, 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 just the way he was able to do during the handshake. Then the third option is to pick up this role as the chair of the African Union. Which one would you pick? Let me read your comments there. And by the way, I've always advised UDA leaders, especially from Nyanza, that if you were to give Ruto the choice to pick Owalo, Rayo Molo, and Raila, Ruto will pick Raila over those other guys without blinking his eyes. And Ruto understands that for him to win Luo Nyanza vote, the only way is through Raila Odinga. But let us now focus on why do you think William Ruto is keen on having Raila Odinga take up that role. Number one, Ruto is keen on creating friction between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. The truth of the matter is that Uhuru is also interested in that position. And the reason why Uhuru Kenyatta is camping in Uganda, maybe, is because he's lobbying. And he wants his name to be fronted through Uganda. William Ruto might have a problem with that. And the truth of the matter is that Uhuru Kenyatta is a former president of the Republic of Kenya. He was very powerful within Africa. In fact, Uhuru Kenyatta is highly respected within Africa. So which means Uhuru Kenyatta can also easily win this seat. But Ruto understands that Azimio is being held together by none other than Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And the fact that Uhuru Kenyatta is well managed, the fear is if he takes up this role, he can support some of these guys through the background. And that is the biggest fear, because Ruto knows that Uhuru Kenyatta is out to revenge. And he might not allow him. So he wants to front Raila Odinga. And maybe Raila will campaign, then towards the end there, either he wins or lose. But that friction shall have been created. So that's number two. Ruto wants to stop Raila Odinga from either running for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya or supporting someone else within Azimio. The truth of the matter is that if you look at the current political situation, who do you think is William Ruto's biggest political headache? Is that person Kalonzo? Is that person Wamalwa? No. Ruto's biggest political headache is none other than Raila Odinga. Ruto understands that Mount Kenya is rebelling already. He understands that for him to win the presidency in 2027, he must venture into Azimio strongholds. That is specifically not even Azimio, ODM strongholds. That is Nyanza, that is Coast and Western. He has tried going personally and directly. It has not worked. So he wants to give Raila this job, then prevent Raila Odinga from running. Then Raila Odinga supporters will now use their head that, okay, huyu jamani ameweka Raila, like Raila will be very powerful. So huyu jamani ameweka Raila amekuwa hii, wacha tumpigie kura. So that is what William Ruto wants. And number three, William Ruto is also using that appointment for his 2027 political equation. Mount Kenya. If you don't know, the biggest headache for William Ruto today in the Republic of Kenya is Mount Kenya. That's why, again, he's camping in Mount Kenya. William Ruto is not sure about Mount Kenya. And if you remove Mount Kenya from William Ruto, there's no William Ruto. That is the fact. So William Ruto understands that if Raila Odinga were to go to AU, Mount Kenya will be sorted. They'll try to figure out they need to rally themselves together, either to oppose or to support Ruto. But even if they were to leave, Ruto can then use Raila Odinga to deliver to him or for him ODM strong base or strongholds. That is the honest truth. Because if you look at numbers, because politics is a game of numbers, Raila Odinga has those numbers. If he's out of the equation, then Ruto is here, Kalonzo is here. And then this Mount Kenya deciding. So it would mean that Raila supporters will then be able to tilt the equation. And number 4, Ruto is also keen on stopping or preventing Uhuru Kenyatta from vying for that position of the chair of the African Union Commission. Ruto doesn't want Uhuru to do that. Because if Uhuru were to win, ataambia nini watu wa Mount Kenya? What will stop Uhuru Kenyatta from supporting these guys privately? So the thing is, because for you to vie, you need the support of your country. He's telling any other person, any other head of state, that for me, this is not my candidate. So it means Uganda, Tanzania will take cue that Uhuru is not Kenya's candidate. Kenya's candidate is Raila Odinga. By doing that, technically, Uhuru Kenyatta will be knocked out. And William Ruto will be happy. Number 5, I think William Ruto has figured out that he can take credit for the success. Because if you look at it critically, Raila Odinga enjoys massive international networks. If Raila Odinga were to offer his candidature for the position, which other candidate do you think will be in a position to stop him? So William Ruto has figured out that because of Raila Odinga's stature, his international respect and standing, he can easily win. So he's pushing for his candidature. Then Raila Odinga will win. Then William Ruto will take credit. Once he takes credit for that, whoa, my friend, you know Ruto, he will come to Nyanza and he will celebrate that. He will go to Coast and will celebrate that. Let me ask you, do you think if Raila Odinga were to offer himself, South African President Ramaphosa can oppose him? He will definitely support him. Do you think Felix Tshisekedi can oppose him? I don't think so. Do you think Suluhu will oppose him? There are several other leaders, including the Ghanaian president, including the Nigerian president. All those guys will definitely lobby for Raila Odinga. Ruto is smart. He knows that Raila Odinga can easily win. The only thing Raila Odinga needs is the support of Kenya. Because you can't win that seat without being supported by your country. I don't know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on that matter. And let me know also in the comment section if Raila Odinga should take that position or whether he should not. Because for me, the fact that Ruto is fronting for this thing, I don't think he's doing it in favor of Raila Odinga, but for his own political interest. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.